want you to take a look at these scenes from the holiday week, and you see packed beaches and bars, which are raising new concerns about the outbreak as the U.S. continues to set records. The total caseload now approaching 3 million. Florida, one of the hardest hit states, as you know, and there you see cars lining up early at COVID testing sites in Orlando this morning where cases are soaring.
Yeah, all across the country, 37 states now reporting an increase in new infections. There have been more than 48,000 reported cases in just the last 24 hours, and now hundreds of scientists are sounding the alarm, telling the World Health Organization, Robin, they believe the virus is airborne.
And TJ, as you can imagine, that's raising a lot of questions about just how this virus spreads. Will Reeve is in Orlando, starting us off with the latest. Good morning, Will.
Good morning, Robin. It was a record holiday weekend here in Florida. Over 21,000 cases confirmed here and nationwide. Images from the 4th of July causing alarm as the virus spreads.
This 4th of July weekend, Americans gathering nationwide amid the pandemic. In Diamond Lake, Michigan, hundreds of partiers jammed together. No masks in sight, social distance protocols apparently ignored. Thousands lining the beaches of Delaware and New Jersey. Lake Minnetonka in Minnesota and the Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri packed with people. But elsewhere over the holiday weekend, safety measures observed, like this New Hampshire beach, busy but spread out. This morning, the number of COVID-19 cases in the U.S. continues to rise, 37 states reporting increases. On Saturday, President Trump attributing the rise in cases to increased testing, but saying that most cases are, quote, totally harmless.
We have tested almost 40 million people. By so doing, we show cases, 99% of which are totally harmless.
That statement not backed by medical professionals as hospitalization numbers grow. This weekend, Florida setting another record, with more than 21,000 new cases reported. Those numbers similar to New York's at its worst back in April.
People are dying. People are getting sick with a disease that we right now are still trying to find out how to even find a cure for it.
State Representative Shervin Jones contracted COVID-19 and says Florida leaders need to make a change before it's too late. Other states reaching grim milestones, Texas hitting a record number of hospitalizations this past weekend.
We don't have room to experiment, nor should we wait for all the hospital beds to fill and all these people to die before we take drastic action.
In Houston, Texas Medical Center reports the ICU capacity is at 98%. In California, the LA County Health Director says there might not be enough beds for a COVID surge, requesting hospitals implement decompression plans to handle the stress on capacity. Hospitalizations in Arizona have hit a record high, the mayor of Phoenix lamenting the state's reopening plan.
We opened way too early in Arizona. We were one of the last states to go to stay at home and one of the first to reemerge.
And at the University of Washington, which last Tuesday reported 38 cases in several fraternity houses, seeing that number more than triple in less than a week. Students urged to take precautions.
We're all going and getting tested this week.
A Penn State student dying of respiratory failure over the weekend. 21-year-old Juan Garcia tested positive just 10 days ago. Now the school trying to trace his contacts. While the school plans to open this fall in a limited fashion, others, like the University of Arizona, are rethinking their return.
If I had to say today, would we open? No.
And on Sunday, Broadway actor Nick Cordero, who has been fighting against coronavirus since March, passing away at 41. His wife Amanda Kloots saying on Instagram, quote, "I am in disbelief and hurting everywhere. My heart is broken as I cannot imagine our lives without him."
People began lining up at this site here in Orlando at around 4:30 in the morning. It's scheduled to open at 8 a.m., but cars have already been streaming in. Hopefully there is capacity for everyone. This site runs 200 tests per hour for a total of 1,400 tests per day.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel.